If you've ever had someone show up at your door with a gift and you thought, oh no, this video is just for you. Today I am sharing 6 particular projects, each with a link, that you can have done in under 90 minutes. The best part is none of them are tied to a holiday, so you can give them most any time. And just so that you know that I know holidays can be stressful, we are going to take the unbothered route. Stay tuned so you can look ready and not rushed. Hi, I'm Michelle with Michelle Crochets. I'm your crossing guard for all the fun things happening in these crochet YouTube streets. You see, the number one thing I love to do is help you do what you love to do, which of course is crochet. On this channel, I share makers, projects, deals and steals, and trends happening in the fiber community. As always, I love to share a few moments of mindfulness with you, and I'll give you some updates on the things happening in my world. Now, if you feel like you're stuck and you have to take notes and going to go grab a pen, stop. I got you covered. All the links of everything I'm going to be talking about today will be in the description box. So sit back and relax and enjoy this video. With that said, let's get started with a few mindful moments. As I said, we're going to have a few mindful moments. And these particular moments are important to me because if my mind isn't right, no other aspect of me is going to be good. And maybe that's true for you. So I hope that these moments generate a spark of calm and peace and a little tranquility for you. Now, let's start with today's mantra. And yes, she's got her notes. So, today's mantra says, I choose to make today wonderful. I personally live for a moment to make the world wonderful for others. But sometimes it's equally important for me to remember that it is indeed a wonderful world, especially because I make it so. So there is that. And as for our affirmations, this is where I get my energy. Number one's affirmation says, my love and passion create harmony in my life. Now listen, I love to do a lot of things. Your girl is a living squirrel, and I'm passionate about everything that I do. However, sometimes if I'm not organized and structured, then there is no harmony because I want to do this and that and that. And oh, yeah, that too. And I don't get any of it done. So, organization for me is key. And for me, it starts with the affirmations. Now, on to number 2. I give thanks for the life I am creating. You see, in that statement, I'm taking accountability that the things that are happening in my life, for the most part, I have control over. And yes, that's true for you too. And you may be thinking, but Michelle, I'm not in control of how people receive things or how people understand what I'm saying or what I'm trying to accomplish. And you're right. That is very true. However, go back to a statement I've told you time and time again. The opinion, behavior, and actions of others are none of your business, nor are they any of your concern. Do good things. Be the good person that you are. And the rest of it, well, that's their world to deal with. You keep yours peaceful, centered, and focused. And the good that is coming your way, it's already there. You just have to recognize it. Now, on to affirmation number 3. My life is not a race. There is time for pleasure and reflection. For me, as someone who works from home and much of what I do happens literally within the walls of my residence, then I find that I oftentimes have to be reminded that there is no rush on what needs to get done. It will be done in its correct time. And if I'm rushing or I'm pushing too much, too hard, too fast, well, my body reminds me. This week was a perfect example. I had a lot of lofty goals on my agenda of things I wanted to do. And then I got a head cold. That head cold said, pause. We're not. You're not. You need some rest. You need to slow down. So I had to, and I did. I didn't get things done the way that I wanted to do, but things got done. And it was a reminder to me that as important as others are to me, I need to be equally important to myself. And that includes taking care of my health, especially during the holidays, because that's where I often fall down. Now, here's our quote of the day. Today's quote says, "No one has a greater asset for his business than a man's pride in his work," said by Jose Balut. And that for me speaks volumes as the number one creator of not just my world, but my businesses, whether it's intellectual property of things that I'm designing. And no, I don't design crochet items, but there are other businesses that I own and do. And therefore, I have to create those things. And sometimes it's a education plan for one of the children that I might be working with. So that's something that means everything to me. You see, in my childcare world, if a child is learning to talk or walk or do things under my care, my instruction, and my guidance, the family sees the result. I remember how we got there. And those things are important to me. It matters to me. So that's my affirmation, my mantra, and my quote of the day. And I hope that in some way those things resonate with you to help you get your mindset ready for the things that I want to share through this video. I'm ready to share my updates. I hope you're ready to hear them. Before we jump into all those projects, I have got to bring you up to speed on everything happening in my world, or everything I can share. Let's start with the fact that I promised you a few things, and I kind of fell short. We'll start with the fact that I promised to try to give you a Crochet With Me playlist. Well, I did one, but I'd hoped to give you more. And unfortunately, that head cold said, "Excuse me, Michelle, but have you been listening to me when I told you you weren't feeling well?" Oh, good. Let me shut you down. You're not going to be doing anything more than taking care of you. Right now, you are the biggest priority, not a playlist. So I had to slow down and listen to my body. I am feeling a lot better, I'm happy to say. But that did mean I didn't get those things out. So, with a slight pivot of plans, yeah, I'm leaving that in there too. It is what it is. But with a slight pivot of plans, I'm going to be giving you a few more Crochet With Me opportunities to enjoy some music while I give you crochet. There will be designated breaks in those videos, but those videos will not have my voice. They'll just be really good music and designated times for you to take a break while you work on your projects. Whether you're trying to get through things you need to do and catch up on whips that you've had waiting and wanting, or maybe you just need some quiet, reflective time to enjoy some peace and calm. Well, those playlists aren't going to just happen for the holidays. I not only will do them for 2025, I'm going to do them throughout 2026. And I thank you guys for supporting me while I add those playlists to my list of things I do. Your support of what I'm doing means everything to me. So for that, I say thank you. Now, the other thing I mentioned last week, and I'm reaching off to the side because, yes, just off camera, I have something I want to share. Mentioned that I'd already made one of Juan the Yarn Addict's, Juan the Yarn Addict's Emberfell Cowl. This was the cowl that I showed you a picture of. Yes, she's lovely. But I said I needed two. So here's number one. And this dun, 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 is number two. No, it's not finished. And there's a good reason. I didn't start on it till last night at 11:30 at night. And currently it's 11:50 a.m. and I've gotten more than half of it done. So between editing this video and making sure all the other parts are in place for the rest of the week, I'm going to knock the rest of that out. The one beauty of the Emberfell Cowl is it works up extremely fast. So I suspect before Sunday night, I will have it completely done, sewn in, and the whole 9 yards, ready to gift by Tuesday. So I'm excited about that. And I appreciate your indulgence in my not catching it all the way through. There is that. Let me check my notes on updates before we move into those 6 projects that I want to share with you. Let's see. See, this is why I have notes. I have a little bonus surprise for you. Not only have I found those 6 projects, and some of them I've done, some of them I still have plans for getting my hooks into before the holiday starts. If you're like me, you still got projects that either your list is too long, or maybe you know that come Wednesday, you're going to have a boatload of things you need to cook, do, people underfoot that are going to get in your way, or maybe nothing is happening in your world and you just want a few moments to yourself. Well, I'm going to be hosting a pop-up live. Okay, it's not a pop-up. I'm planning it. But I'm not going to drop the time of it until this video goes live. So do me a favor. Have your notifications turned on so you can know when I do that live and you can hang out with me during that time. I hope to see you then. Now, time is short and so am I. Let's get into those projects. Okay, let's talk about those projects. We're going to start with some of the easiest projects you can make, which of course would be coasters. And our first project is how to crochet a flat circle coaster. This is the coaster that I made based on that pattern. It is a 2-strand cotton round. Very simple, just 3 rounds. But how cool is it that this took me about 10 minutes and I didn't just make 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. I'm showing you 5, but I actually have 6. Number 6 is in my living room under the first cup of coffee I had today. So 6 of these put together, wrapped with just some regular kitchen twine in a brown craft gift bag with a little bow attached, makes the perfect gift any time of the year. You look ready even when they didn't know you would be. That's a win in your column, and I think you should take it. Make these. I think you'll love them, whether you use them for yourself or you give them as hostess gifts when you pop by someone's home. They're going to be well appreciated, and I think you'll be happy having made them. So there is that. And then on to number 2. Project number 2 is the Easy Chunky Crochet Headband. Now, let me immediately say it calls for crochet yarn, which I have plenty of, but I am not the kind of person that wanted a crochet chunky product on my head. So I made mine a little bit different. I made mine with worsted weight and I added a couple of extra stitches so that it would be a little bit wider. You guys know I love a good headband. So having something that I could wear that looked good on me and at the same time covered my ears for this crazy weather that we deal with, that was a win. And I think it's going to be a win for you. having a few in a couple of gift bags ready to go for people who might stop by. Maybe it's just they stop by for a cup of coffee and you realize you want to give them something a little extra. You've got a gift all ready to go. Maybe they've stopped by and you weren't expecting them, and you want to let them know you appreciate them. Again, this is a win. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So hook it up. This took me from the first stitch to the very last stitch of making the wrap twist, an hour and 10 minutes. So in under 90 minutes, you have a full headband ready to go. And mind you, like I said, I added stitches and extra rows to make sure that it fit my head. If you're making a smaller one, it's going to go even faster and you're going to love it. I promise you that. Now, project number 4, super sweet. If you're like me and you have lips, you probably use a lot of lip balm. And maybe you don't, but you know people who do. The worst thing about these is you buy them and they're convenient at the time you use them, but you drop them in your pocket or your purse or wherever, and you never see them again because you have no real way of keeping up with them. I got the solution: the crochet lip balm keychain. This particular crochet item, personal, cute. Do it in many colorways, but whatever you do it in, do it quickly. And attach one of these super cool keychain attachers. Notice mine is empty because I'll be making these after I finish working on this video and getting it ready for you to see on Monday. But in the meantime, in between time, these are great. Clip one to your keychain. You've got your lip balm available at any given moment, and you're ready to go with it. Now, of course, the lip balm I just showed you isn't one you commercially buy because it's not for lips. Instead, I make that for my hands. Yes, that is my hand balm, so that when I'm crocheting with some tougher or yarns that kind of strip me of my natural oils and essence in my hands, I've got my hand balm right there available for me. And I'll be clipping these to my project bag. So I'm excited to get those whipped up or hooked up very soon. Project number 5 is a very easy crochet doily. It's literally in the name. It is very easy. Of course, it's crochet, and it's a doily according to them. Now, when I saw it, the first thing that struck my mind is do that in cotton and do that as a more ornate cup holder. Simple and easy. I think the pattern is beautiful. Now, of course, if you're a more creative type, you take that same doily and square it off. You can either make a mug rug, a placemat, or whatever you like. But that's the beginning of whatever you want it to be. Of course, something like that is only going to take you about 20 minutes to make one. In the course of an hour, you've got 4 ready to go. That's a full set. And there's a gift all set for you to go within an hour. Make 2 more, and you've done it in an hour and a half almost. So that's why I recommend that project. I think you're going to love it. Think neutral colorways and think specialty times of the year, whether it's the summer and you want to celebrate somebody's summer vacation with something to add to their barbecue table. Who knows? The possibility would be endless, but the benefit is year round. So think about it. And number 6, our final project, is the 1-hour button cowl. Now, this particular project, and I'm actually capable of remembering the designer's name, not just because it's somebody whose name I hear regularly. And yes, I follow her because I love her work. This would be Fiberflux. She makes some amazing projects. And what I love is they're so easy and they work up so quickly. This one is her 1-hour button cowl made with a chunky weighted yarn. It called for a number 6. I didn't have a number 6 that I wanted to dedicate to such a quick project. So instead I ran 2 puzzle yarns together and created this particular cowl. Now you notice I have my thumb right here because like I said, it's a one button cowl. And my buttons literally just arrived before I turned the camera on. So by attaching a button there, it will slip through any of the holes and hold it onto you. And you can wear it wrapped around your neck as a quick and easy way to elevate a wardrobe or just keep your neck warm while you're out in this fun and wonderful weather. Those are the 6 projects that I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope that you will consider making a few of these and having them in your just in case project grouping. Or if you're like me and have a couple of people you had big projects planned for, but you don't have time to commit to those projects anymore, whip up a few of these things, throw them in a basket or a bag, and you are good to go. It still looks intentional, it still looks personable, and you still look good. That's what I want for you. I hope you have an amazing day. Don't forget that I will see you on Wednesday live. We'll hang out together, whether you're hiding from responsibility or leaning into some cozy time with me and a few of my friends. I look forward to seeing you then. You take care. Remember that I love you. Have some fun today, and I will see you soon. Until then, bye-bye.